I'm gonna play this audio clip right here for you, and I'm gonna come back and give the rest of my commentary on this comment that Chelsea Handler made toward 50 Cent when he came out and said he was going to endorse 45.
You heard about my ex-boyfriend, right? 50 Cent and his support of Donald Trump.
Yeah, what's going on between you? I saw your tweets and I go, wait, what's happening? Because you said he was your favorite ex-boyfriend, and then what does he do? Supporting Trump?
He says he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes, which, by the way, isn't a plan of Joe Biden's. That's a lie. So he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes because he doesn't want to go from being 50 cent to 20 cent. And I had to remind him that he was a black person, so he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's worried about his own personal pocketbook. So I haven't heard back from him yet, but I am willing to, seal the deal in more ways than one if he changes his mind and publicly denounces Donald Trump. I might be willing to go for another spin, if you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so y'all just heard that right then. She was being interviewed by Jimmy Fallon on his show. They were doing it virtually. So this PC woman, many people already know that 50 Cent and Chelsea Handler used to have, I guess you can say, some kind of a fling. I don't know if I would define it as a true relationship. I think it was just one of those things where she was just craving the BBC. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. And that's who was willing to give it to her on more than one occasion. And this relationship that they had was years ago. Like, we're talking about almost 10 years ago. It was a while ago. But she felt that as a PC woman, she could come out and tell this black man how he should vote or whatever decisions he should make just because he's black. Now, many people are not the biggest fan of 50 Cent. They know that he likes to troll. He likes to say certain things. He has rubbed people the wrong way. I get it. But one thing that I cannot stand is when someone like her comes out and says the things that she said. And it does not look good at all. And I'm gonna say this. If y'all are one of those people that are like black people who keep trying to convince other black people to vote a certain way, you're no different than she is. The optics are slightly different because she's a white woman, though. Because, like I said, there's many black people that come out and they do some of the same exact things and get mad at other black people because of who they choose to support. Now, like I said, 50 Cent is doing this or saying he's endorsing Donald Trump because of the whole tax situation, because 62%, that's a lot of money, especially if you make over $400,000 a year, which we clearly know he definitely makes over that, like way over that. A way different tax bracket. And for her to come out and like say that was very it had some very racist undertones there, almost overtones. Like, she says, oh, because you're black you can't vote for him and everything like that. Well, Chelsea, I got a question for you. Joe Biden said a few months ago that if you don't vote for me, you're not black. I need to know her take on that. Probably won't ever hear it, but I would like to know what her take is on that. It's like people forget when he said that, and he came out of his mouth and he said that, and people still want to go and vote for him. A lot of black people still want to go vote for him. I'm like, y'all got insulted, not subliminally, but overtly. And you still want to go vote for this man because y'all hate 45 that much. Probably don't know what single policy Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have, but you'll still go vote for him anyway, even after he openly insulted you on a platform. I think it was the Breakfast Club, because Charlamagne was interviewing him when he said that. And even Charlamagne was kind of looking at him like, what did you say? Charlamagne, he flip-flops a lot. He straddles the fence a lot. So if he was concerned about what Joe Biden said, then it's an issue. And then at the end of the interview, at the end of that clip that you heard, she said that she's willing to give it another spin, if you know what I mean. basically what she's saying, that she will allow 50 Cent to go, I don't have to go into full detail about that, if he decides to not endorse and or support Donald Trump. That's another thing that got me. She feels that through sex, that she will be able to change his mind. She must think that she has some of the best what in the world in order to make this man change his mind about what he said. And that's what she thinks. But this goes back also to what the Democrats tried to do with that whole "get your booty to the poll" ad. They think that through loose women and provocative imagery, that's how they'll get a black man to vote for whoever they want them to vote for, as if that's all we think about on a daily basis, because they put out into the atmosphere that black men are sexual deviants that can't control our urges. Meanwhile, you got Jeffrey Toobin stroking his Toobin on Zoom calls. And I can't count how many countless other stories we've heard of PC men getting caught in these positions. And I'm talking about high positioned PC men getting caught in these kind of positions where they can't control their urges, but nobody calls that out or nobody checks them. They're always keeping a microscope on to whatever it is that a black man is doing, in or outside of the bedroom. But yeah, Chelsea Handler was definitely out of pocket for what she said. But like I said, there's a lot of other black people out there that have said some of the same things that she has. The only difference, like I said, the only difference is the fact that she is a PC woman saying this. That's really the only difference there with what she said and who she said it to. He probably looked at her and just laughed it off. He kind of reminds me of that meme, that gif when he's sitting in the car and he kind of laughs and he drives off with his head tilted back. It kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, Chelsea Handler definitely was out of pocket for that. I think she even, and I could be wrong, even offered to say that she could help pay his taxes. I don't know what Chelsea Handler's net worth is, but I'm willing to bet that it's nowhere near where his is at. So I don't know how much of a help she could actually be towards him, if that's the case. Like I said, that was just alleged what I heard. I'm not sure exactly how true that is. But Chelsea, sit down somewhere, please. That was just off the wall what you said. It made no sense whatsoever. We know what you were trying to say, and we now know who you really are, for those that weren't familiar with her before. But this was not it at all. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.